They're diamond / masters tier.
Okay.
Well, why did he tell us this
so
now?
my peak is 3.1k.
Well, he can play next
Gotcha.
I guess.
Gotcha. Why is video frozen? No, we're doing a VOD review. Let's go Sage. So
Keep going, the Junkrat.
we're reviewing it. One of the subs VODs.
Alright, Curb.
It's a diamond main tank.
Let us know when you want Guild to engage, and I'll call targets.
The last VOD review was a platinum tank, and now I'm diamond.
Knock down. Look at that. Improving. And after this one, Masters. Easy.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, this was a little rough because we had 3 of our support players, but only 1 of our DPS players available for the game. So we were like stuck with a 3 support back line for the entire game.
Right. I'll call out when. Yeah, we'll have to call out when D.Va uses DM. Also, Lissa is playing the whatchamacallit, Ana.
Let's see. Okay. First thing, you want to put it like the shield like there is like okay, but you throw it in this corner because in case people come this way, there's still a gap here that sometimes people can get shot from. So the first thing is you just throw it like legit, just hit it at this like line, and then it makes it so it's like completely fine. So then nobody, if like Zen's playing far back, he's not gonna get shot from like this little like opening that's over here. Because if when they push in, some of them will come like this way, and then if they're coming through here, they can still see it. So that's just, I don't know, throwing in that little corner is just the best thing as Rissa. And then if they push to that right side, then you just legit put in the same exact spot on the other side on the thing. There's just, yeah, it's just even from both sides.
Sorry, no second bubble.
That's good. Breaking Ryan shield.
Ryan basically no shield. They have a McCree. Yeah, they have a McCree Genji. Putting down a shield now. Focus Ryan shield. Sorry, Alo's.
Okay. So, what's your goal as an Orisa comp versus a Ryan comp? What's your goal to do as Orisa? Hello? You there, unit? You died. You left already, boys. Hey, unit, you there, buddy? Oh, PDC, dude. Feels bad, man, dude. F's in the chat, boys. Keep distance? Yeah, that's that. Yeah, that's what you want to do and break Ryan shield. What is the job? You break Ryan shield as they're pushing through choke. So now we have to wait for him to come back, dude. He couldn't take it, Pepe hands, yeah. He was like, dude, get bothered me, dude. We outie, dude. Alright, we'll give him a little bit. Oh, he's here now. Oh, you're back.
Yes, sorry about that. I think the it's snowing like crazy here, so I think the Wi-Fi just went out for a bit.
Oh, okay. Okay. When you're back in, let me know.
Yes. So I think I'm back in the session.
Okay. So
yes.
is it going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Bang. You hit tab. Do you look at this?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your goal against the Ryan comp as Orisa?
Break shield before that they can rush me.
Yep. Okay. So I want you to keep that in mind, okay? Break shield before. And how do you make sure that you can break shield against a Ryan comp? And you saw that they have no D.Va.
Right, just spam into shield, and then we have the Roadhog as well.
Okay.
We have the Junkrat. Just focus down the shield as fast as possible.
Okay. They're pushing. Okay, so they're pushing through here. Bang, you know they have 0 Diva Matrix, right?
Yeah.
Orb. Pull them, because for the main thing with Orisa is you can use your orb because it slows people as they push through, right? So if they're pushing through, you can pull them above the shield. Like you can pull Reinhardt, like, you know, before, like up, back, or whatever, so it slows their like push coming in, so you have ample time to like break shield. And on the off chance that they bubble their Rein as they did right there, you can, whatever, everyone else is gonna get pulled upwards. So then it's like still free hooks. So you did here, like they just all walked in for free, and you still haven't even used your halt yet. And you could have like used it to, you know, pull them back, break shield, because once shield's broken, then they can't get off point or anything. So I know you're probably trying to save it to get like a hook combo or something like that, but if you break shield, it stops their push anyways because you have so much spam coming in, and then Hog has free hooks no matter what. So whenever you see them like coming through choke points, even if they're coming through main, you just throw out your halt to try and like pull them backwards to just get more damage in.
Right.
Sorry, low, sorry, low. Right low, right low, right low.
But other than that, staying high ground and everything was good.
Yeah, we got unlucky. I don't know how our Mercy died.
Sorry, low,
but,
sorry.
Let me see.
Right low, right low, right low.
Like off screen somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Right low, right low, right low.
Genji probably just went on there.
He gets dash resets, and all of a sudden all our squishies are dead.
Yeah. Okay. So for playing Orisa on this, since you're still like the main tank, wherever, you can let people know in like placements and stuff like that. So they haven't even gotten like a ticket or whatever. So for you, what you should be telling your team is, hey, okay, like let them play up higher, like I have like a shield or whatever. Like they don't need a drop yet. And then right when you have a shield and they're playing a low ground, a Hog, be like, okay, Hog, I'm putting shield on point, play it. Because right now everybody is dropping, they have no shield, and you're just pretty much playing whatever into their comp. So you should be telling your team, hey, don't drop yet, I don't have shield. And then once you have shield, you throw it down there and be like, hey, now you can play my shield, because now they can block all that incoming damage while still being safe, like whatever, onto point, because you shouldn't die on point after you get those amount of picks. So you're just, you know, chilling up here, free shooting, right? So what you should have done is like tell your team, hey, don't have shield yet, then you put it down for them to play it, and then McCree's not going to die, you know, maybe Hog is still alive, so you can kill this Zarya and everything. Because you kind of just split and dropping down like all together, and you don't really do it as like a team.
Yeah, I think the original plan was we would give up a tick or two before dropping, and that was the call. But I think because we got 2 picks, our Roadhog went in trying to clean up.
Okay. Reasons why you stay on Orisa?
I wanted to move to Winston Diva, but I think the call was made to stay on this comp for one more fight because I was 60% to Supercharger and we had the Riptire coming up.
Okay. Okay. So then, if you're looking to do like the Riptire and stuff, what do you want to do then?
Get the Riptire early so we get an early fight win.
Yeah, use Riptire.
Yeah. So I'm hoping. Okay. So where do you want to position yourselves if you're just trying to take like an early, like, because you're trying to swap and you're only looking for
one fight? Position ourselves as close to point as possible.
Yeah, you want to go as close as possible. And if you're going to die, then you just want to kamikaze yourself onto point. You don't want to give them the free card push. Because then they're getting, because you know how it went from being like a 2-fight checkpoint or whatever to now it's coming down to 1 point because you guys died off the point because you stayed far back. So then whenever, like, I know you guys want to get this whatever like combo off, but now you stayed on like a not a good comp for the whole entire checkpoint. So even if you have like ults and stuff like that, even if sometimes I have like an ultimate like on like Winston, like okay, well it's not going to be useful, so then you just swap to the correct comp, right? So even if you have like a Hog and Junkrat still there, you can still pick, you know, the main tank that you need or whatever, so you can start building ultimate to be ready for like the next fight. Because all this is really it's not very good.
No.
That you're staying on this comp for so long.
Nice. Okay.
Our
Putting down
Junkrat wasn't
supercharger.
able to get Tyre off.
Focus Zarya. Focus Zarya.
Yeah, the last time, yeah.
Zarya, left side, left side, left side. She's Discord.
This is good. This is a good super try. I think you put your shield in. Was it in front?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
I
was,
think.
yeah, it was
She's
a
discorded.
panic.
Yeah.
I was like, nope. That
Okay.
didn't help.
So, yeah, that's. Other than that, it was still
Gil,
good,
you and me,
like
let's go back to
supercharge and
Swan, let's
everything.
switch to Winston Devo.
But yeah, okay, that's good that you're swapping now after you won the fight, so that's good.
Okay. They stay off the Genji. I'm on this Genji up top. He's low. He's low. 2 bars.
That's good, controlling high ground. Kind of forget where the
Coming back near heals.
Genji went there a little bit, but
Yeah.
that's. Let me go back here. If
Coming
you
back near heals. Thank you.
okay. Okay. So you're saying I'm coming back, need heals and stuff, but you didn't even let your team know that you're trying to go for like a jump. So you should, like, as you're backing up for heals, you should be trying to set up a plan with your team, right? So since you're the main tank, you get to let them know like where you're going. Like you're playing Monkey into a Ryan Zarya, and you have a Junk as DPS, so you're not going to get that much follow-up.
Right.
So what you're going to be doing is you need your Junkrat to just be like focusing in Ryan Shield, right? You are just trying to survive long enough to where once you see resources be used, then you can go for an engagement, or once they're low from Junkrat. Because if you just dive into this, you're not going to have any support like whatsoever, and you're kind of just feeding your life away because you're not even close to primal. So the main thing for you is you can still like contest card. Maybe, you know, you can play like a high ground and just freaking like zap or something, or you can like try and deal with like the fire or something, because jumping into them without like any support or any plan or whatever, without your like your team knowing, is not gonna work out the best, because now you just waste your jump ability. You're in their back line, and you like none of your team is really with you.
On the Rhine, on the Rhine, on the Rhine.
So that's good, calling that you're on the Rhine.
Alright. They won that fight, they're wasting Blade. Kigo should go. What do you think? Widow?
But still comes down to just like having that, you know, that little game plan. Like, okay, let's try and get on their Ana or their Moira. So they have Ana or Lucio, Moira. Okay, so you be okay. You know, Moira still has like Fate Aura, so this is the only target that you can probably deal with like as Winston yourself. So that's what you're gonna be looking to get on. If you Junkrat forces a Fate or something, and then okay, cool. Now you can try and focus whatever call to get the Moira, but just like having like a game plan going into the fight before it happens.
Can you go on the Zarya? Does he use Riptire first or no? Yeah, just switch. Let's go break. Let's go break.
Yeah, and then we just make the call to go floats.
Genji. On our left.
That's good. That gives you kind of fed a little bit there.
Right.
That's
Gil, go backwards. Go backwards. We gotta get healed up first. Three, two, one. On the Rhine. On the Rhine. No bubbles. No bubbles. Rhine can die. Rhine can die. Rhine can die. All right.
nice. That's
Lucio
good.
next. Lucio. Far low.
So that's fine. Like what you're calling and targeting.
Ryan into you guys, or at least Moira. Nice beat. I'm on the Moira. Moira can die.
All right. Good target call again. Okay, so throughout like this whole thing, like there is some moments of like silence where like, okay, so as playing whatever maintaining and stuff, everybody needs to know like what they need to be doing. So yeah, it's like, okay, like I'm on the Moira, but then keep saying like, okay, I'm Moira, okay, let's regroup, whatever, like this side and stuff, because like there's times where it's just like completely quiet.
Yeah.
So I know you're just trying to like focus on, you know, like doing something. So then, but you should still like at least let your team know like where they should regroup, or what you're still doing. Like say it like multiple times, because like if you just say it once, it can get lost in like comms and stuff. So if you say, hey, more, like you just like, if even in like top 500 you see us, we just spam like say the same thing like 1,000 times. And the reason you say it a lot of times is that it gets like ingrained in people's heads. So people are like, okay, that's a target that I need to like try and like focus or kill or something. If they can't get to it, then they'll let you know that they can't do anything like that.
Gotcha.
Nice beat. I'm on the Moira. Moira can die. Moira on low. Moira low. Moira low. Lucio.
Okay. What's the main thing when doing target calls? What's one of the main things you need to do with it?
Call out if they've used cooldowns or how low they are.
What else?
What's their location?
Yes. Position. Okay. I want you to just listen. Okay, I think he did.
Nice
Okay.
beat. I'm on the Moira. Moira can die.
Okay.
Moira on low. Moira low. Lucio.
So I know they're all together and everything, but it's still good to get in the habit of being like, hey, Moira's on point. Lucio, you know, like middle, something like that. So it just, because then it's, I know that was like a instance, but then I'm pretty sure it's probably going to come up again, because if you don't do it now, you're going to forget to do it like later on. So it's just getting in the habit of always saying locations, like what the target calls, no matter what you do.
I'm blocking him out.
So that's a really good primal right there to stop soldier ult.
Nice. I'm on the Moira. We still have grab bomb. Nice. D.Va's not back yet.
That's fine. You're good. You're taking the fight on point, so at least the cart doesn't push.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Bomb. Huge. Lucio. Okay.
Okay. Do you just forget the FAR is just like...
Yeah, I didn't even know.
You just gotta just like, hey dude, yeah, this guy's on our side, shooting our teammate's side. He's a teammate, dude. Right on you. Like
I just like completely ignored him. I actually looked at this again after our match, and like I didn't even notice the FAR until just now.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Huge. Lucio. Okay.
Be aware of surroundings. I guess that's the only thing. Like, shit happens, but.
Sorry, low.
Yeah.
That was bad, yeah.
Alright.
Did you hit that grab all that time ago?
Okay, let me see if you hit tab. Okay. Fight's over.
Yeah.
Fight's over. What you guys be doing?
Hitting tab to see if they do any switches.
Okay, what else?
Calling out what ults that we have for the next fight.
Mm-hmm.
And saying what ults they probably still have.
Yeah, what ults they used, what they have, and then setting up like your plan.
Kigo, yeah, I got a bubble for you. Speed out. Kill Kigo up.
Because right now,
I'm right low on heals.
all this stuff, you guys are just kind of doing like your own thing. You guys haven't made a single plan to get one of these engagements, right? So you know if they're on like a Rissa or something like that, what you want to do is, you know, get high ground, drop on them. So when you're getting high ground, you're letting your team know, hey, I'm going high ground, I'm gonna drop behind them. And then your team can be ready to engage, right? So when you engage on them, you're not going to be looking for the Orisa. What you're going to want to do is you're going to get on their back line. So drop from like the way back and just start zapping the back line. Then when your team can push in and focus, whatever. Because if you try and focus Orisa first, she's going to just use her shift and survive, right? So since you're on Winston, if you're on Rhine, then yes, Orisa's fine because you do so much damage, right? But with Winston, you have like just tickling people that you want to just drop on their supports, and that's how you play whatever, like with this comp, like when you're going to hard engage. But for this engagement, you guys haven't made a plan. You guys haven't said, like, you know, what ults they have, so it looks like you're just going to, like, drop down, but you guys still have no idea, like, what the plan of engagement is here.
I'm going to boop them into you guys.
So that's a good boop on Orisa.
I'm on the soldier. I'm on soldier. Boxing him out.
Okay, that's a good ult on soldier.
Put a shield down.
But as you can see, if you guys knew what ultimates, whatever, they had coming up, or if you made a plan, like you wouldn't have taken the fight like right in front of them, right? You could have went behind them, whenever got on the supports, and then like took an engagement. But then if you're like, okay, hey, we know Pharah is getting close to Barrage or something, then your diva could play like an off angle, make sure that, you know, they're alive to, you know, get Matrix, or you guys know to just hard focus the Pharah, or, you know, like certain plans like that. So it's just having a plan before you go into every fight that's like makes a huge difference with your team, like knowing what they need to be doing.
Yeah, we ran down a shit ton of their time. Especially given how quickly they got point A and
But
point B.
the ults are pretty good. You saw when like where you're pounding somebody, then you found like whatever the soldier both times with the visor to box them out. So that was good ult usage.
Yeah, it was lucky I had seen this video on YouTube by some guy named AceOFSpades on how to primal ult.
How do we want to run this? Zen, Ana, how do we want to do it?
So against the Orisa comp, when you hit like when you hit tab and you saw the Orisa, Rhine would have been the better pick choice on like whatever on that like that fight, because you could have just hard like engaged on them. So that's just one of the like hindsight thing. If you ever run into like the Orisa comp like again stuff, just when it's on like a low ground point like that, just go around and you guys just hard speed onto them all the time, and it's really easy for you to win those.
Gotcha. Yeah, this was a point of contention for us too, whether to go Moira goats or Ana goats against Pharah, because the pharmacy was giving us a lot of trouble.
I prefer to go whatever the Ana, just because Ana can look for either like purples when you do the engages, and then her and Diva can focus the Pharah if she's at like hard out of position. I'm not a huge fan. Like Moira can whatever work, but then it's solely reliant upon your diva to solo kill the Pharah. So if she can do that, then sure. If not, if she needs some more support, then yeah, the Ana's a little bit better.
Gotcha. Yeah, we were playing with a new shock caller for this match, so I was just like,
no bubble, no bubble, no bubble. Reinhardt.
Okay, this was the other caller, right? The bubble. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Pushing up.
Reinhardt, no bubble.
Okay, good. Then, what's your thought process through this?
I saw the Lucio low, and I was thinking I could pin, at worst, I would pin to the car, the payload, and then I would still be there. And if I get a squishy, fine. If not, I've pushed up towards where a bunch of them are, and I could probably get a swing onto their Lucio.
Okay, so against goats and everything, right? Your team is kind of close, but not like super close. So then yeah, you try and go like for the pin. Like it's not gonna for that card. You have to hit like in the front. Otherwise, you just like whatever like slide and stuff. So it was a really risky. Yo, Kings, thanks for those, my dude. How's your stream, man? It's a really risky charge to do. Like you guys had the advantage that Ryan has no bubble, so just pushing up and swinging and like using a fire strikes and stuff is a lot more beneficial than trying to go for the charge, because if when you go for a charge, then you put yourself that position of like, Brig can get the stun, or if Ryan counter pins, then he's way closer to the like his team stuff. So I get like what your thought process of trying to like go for the pin and stuff, but the reason why you don't see many like pro top 500 stuff that like Ryan's like go for like pins and stuff like when you're doing like goats for goats is because you put yourself so far in a position where you could have just swung and get so much more ult charge, because like the if you get the pin off, then yeah, you might get it, but it's way more risky than just swing like pushing up together swinging than
Moira low.
where we're getting ult charge, but they end up getting out.
Tracer in the back
But you
line.
could have been punished pretty hard there.
Oh yeah.
Lucio.
So that's good.
Zarya.
Okay. Location. Just saying. So you're like Zarya like disappeared, so nobody even knew what the heck Zarya was. So yeah, I see Reinhardt coming in, so that's good.
Reinhardt low. Reinhardt one.
Okay. When you're okay, so this goes for 2CP and everything. When you're taking a point and stuff, where do you think you want to be taking the fights? Is it VOD? Yeah.
On point?
Mm-hmm. So you going out over to here doesn't help you. Like where you should be taking the fight is right here on point, right? You know that they have to push the point, so you just kill the first person that touched point, because with Reinhardt you actually have a lot of damage wherever you're like doing those swings and stuff. So you going in here while your team's on point, one, you're putting yourself in a position to get deleted really quick without your team being able to support you, and then two, you're not like, you always want to play point. Like even on like whenever 2CP contesting, you play point. You don't go push to their spawn doors. You play point and kill the first person to drop, because it makes like whatever like the respawns longer on 2CP, and then it's just you can kill things instantly, so then they don't have a chance to like hard contest. So it's the same thing exactly with doing like the payload contest. You should be playing point and then just killing the first person that touches, because yeah, you're calling for Reinhardt stuff, but your team's nowhere even near you to like help you really get on him.
Trying to block. There we go. Zarya.
Man, I did so many dumb pins this game.
So at least if you noticed it, that you can like think of it like, don't pin it like as much like when you can just walk up, swing, and like do fire strike and stuff. So that was a good pin, just because you had already cleared point, and then Ryan's trying to come back, so nobody else was trying to touch point. But in like mid fights and stuff, you don't want to push out into like push off at a point and stuff and try and kill people.
Okay. Let's get people who got short spawn. They don't have a Lucio.
So that's good. Calling for the short spawns.
Moira, no fade. Push me. I have shatter. Right low.
Okay. Is there a reason?
Moira, no fade.
Why shatter?
Push me. I have shatter.
You have the picks like no. The shatter's fine. Does it make you look at the ground in console, or do you look at the ground to shatter? You don't need to do that.
Look at the ground.
It makes you do that?
No. I think I just do it.
Oh, okay. It does. Yeah. Okay. So it doesn't make you shatter faster if you look at the ground, because it's an animation, right? So it's just like bang. So you could like look up at like the sky and shatter, but it's still gonna do the same thing. So if by you looking at the ground, you have like no vision in case somebody like does like a movement ability that way or movement ability that way or something. So if you like if you're still like looking up when you shatter, you have the chance to be able to like turn it either way in case somebody tries to like dodge it.
Gotcha.
Right low. Blocking, blocking, blocking. Nice.
Sounds good, block.
Hands aware. Hands up behind.
So you're gonna stagger and stuff with
Nice.
whatever, like Shatter is fine. He ended up blocking it, but that's
Charge for
just made like a
Diva, we can,
good play, but yeah.
grab bomb next side.
So just not looking at the ground is probably
They don't
the
have
main thing
Shatter?
out of that one.
Get ready to grab bomb. Okay.
Okay, wait, let me.
Okay.
Okay, man, I need to fucking pause. Wait, where's their team call?
Okay.
Oh my god, I can't fucking pause it. Okay, there we go. Okay. So, look at this comp into yours. What do you want to do to counter them? What's your game plan? Like, what do you think you need to do?
Win the 4v6 before the Pharah can build a barrage in that fight.
Mm-hmm. So, right when you see them, whatever, like pushing up, you don't want to. The longer you take in a fight, the more value she's gonna get, and the faster she is gonna build a barrage. So you want to take like the fastest, like whatever fights possible when they start pushing up. So right when you see them start walking up, be like, hey, we have Mora, Lucio, okay? So which, if you were like on a Lucio, then you could, you know, sustain everything. But with Mora, you want to just like gung ho, like hard engage onto people.
Right.
And then just take that, because like the more orbs and like whatever, like, cause can help you when you take those super brawly fights. So right when you see them is when you want to try and get the hard engage so these guys don't get a ton of value here.
Let us know when you do. Do you have a Reaper coming around left side? What? Rides away from his team. Nice.
That was a
Right
good
low,
pin.
right low, right low.
The only thing here, okay, so you're going for like the Grav Diva Bomb play, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
There's, you get the Grav off. There, you should wait to get the pin for when the Diva Bomb's gonna explode. So the main thing with like the Diva Bomb Shatter stuff, yeah, I know you're just pinning the Ryan away, but if you give it a time, they can't stun you anyways out of this. So then you can just pin the Ryan as the Diva Bomb's coming, so then you kill the Ryan plus everybody else in the Grav. Because otherwise, you know, you pin the Ryan out there, he still survives. Now you have to trying to kill Ryan on top of like everybody else, when you could have just got like, you know, 2 for 1 plus, you know, maybe everybody else. So just waiting like when the Grav comes down to give like a couple seconds for the Diva Bomb and then go for the
Rides away
pin.
from his team. Nice. Right low, right low, right low. On the Reaper, on the Reaper. On the Zarya, Zarya in jail, Zarya in jail.
So there you go.
Zarya no bubbles in jail.
Finally a little.
Sorry, yep, location, there you go.
Broad left side. Push, push, push. Did anyone get short spawned? Did we take out anyone early on?
Sounds fine, okay, for checking while your doors are opening, that's good.
Yep. I've got Shatter this fight. Let me know when you can amp. Right, yeah. He's up front now. Reaper no Wraith.
Okay. Beginning of the fight, you say, hey, I'm looking for Shatter, but when you are going for the Shatter, you don't say, I'm looking for it. You don't, you could have, it was like a really, I don't know, like there wasn't really anybody to, let me see again. Yeah, you ended up getting boops, but Ryan still had his shield up anyways. So even if you go for the pin here, maybe you kill this guy. I don't know if he used Wraith. Maybe I think he might have used Wraith. But you see him having like you see him having like the shield up and stuff. You could just hold it for a little bit longer for when either you guys kill the Ryan, you guys break his shield, wait for, you know, there's no like Zarya bubbles or something like that.
I got booped, I'm sorry.
Because it was like a really like ambitious Shatter, and then you're not in position to counter whatever like his Shatter and stuff. So just making sure like if you ult tracked, be like, hey, going into the fight. That's why the pre-fight planning is so important, okay? if you would have went in this fight, hey, they have beat, they have shatter. Okay, then in your head as a Reinhardt, I know he has shatter, so if I try and go for an aggressive play like you're saying, hey, let's speed shatter, you probably don't want to do that, because when you speed past Ryan, he's going to shatter your whole team. So yeah, you might shatter a couple, but then he shattered your whole team because you're on goats and they're on Fire Reaper, right? So thinking about how your comp like plays into theirs, and then like what ults come out, then you'd know you can make a plan like around that. So what the plan would have, you know, like better, like whatever would have been, like, okay, cool, Ryan has shatter, so we'll just like pressure Ryan, but then you're not really using your shatter unless it's like you see a huge opportunity and you're just being ready to block his, because he's going to have the advantage if you try and do any type of speed pass play, because your team's so grouped up and their team is going to be so split.
Right. Yeah, I guess to be honest, we had a lot of experience of goats v goats, or like non-goats v goats, but never us on goats and them not on goats.
Yeah.
So I hadn't thought about it in that way.
Yeah, so it's just like, yeah, just different little like play styles and stuff. So end of the fight, I don't know, I can't really hear them, but I don't know if anybody has called what ults they used. Like, did anybody do that? Do you remember or no?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
We usually have, our supports are pretty good at calling out
Yep.
saying what ults they just used. So I think that's what I was just responding to.
Okay.
That they used grab, shatter,
dropped.
and barrage.
He's coming around left side. He's low, no raid, no raid. He got stunned out of it.
That's good.
He's down, he's down.
So that's fine.
Oh,
Not gonna have shatter yet.
Ryan pooped away. Ryan's low. He's getting pocketed.
So as you're going this, be like, Ryan, focus Ryan. More than once. Make it sound, because then it makes it sound like more urgent and stuff. You end up getting the block.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought because of our Zarya, he had his attention diverted, so I could go for the.
Yeah, like Ryan was just making a good block. So then, okay, so you know after doing that like Ryan fight, right? Make sure you're always tracking this guy. So when you die,
focus his shield.
You're like, bang! I have shatter. Okay, he has shatter, right? So you go for it. He blocks. You die. Bang! Now you're out of the fight. Then you need to be telling your team, hey, Ryan has shatter. Like, so then nobody is staying like super close, because you should, as a Reinhardt, you should know, like, depending on like when he builds shatter to how you do it, because you're doing so close. So then if you let your team know, hey, Ryan has shatter, then they know not to be super grouped. They could, some people can split to, you know, play like the corners, maybe one person in the front trying to get, you know, kills on the grab, because your Zarya is behind, so your team just really needs to like survive and
Nice.
try and get some kills in, because right now your team look like they know they have shatter, and then bang, your whole team gets shattered because you haven't called anything to let them know that their Ryan has shatter.
Nice. We've got Coalescence and Bomb next fight. And beat. Oh, we just used Coalescence?
No, bomb.
Oh, we just used Bomb.
Please don't do that.
Not to. Well, that's a
Yeah,
waste of Reaper ult.
that's a pretty ambitious Reaper by that guy, not gonna lie.
I mean, it's still through, so.
Okay. Oh, wait.
No, we lost one.
Yeah,
Alright,
it's,
fall back.
you
Oh,
already
wasted
died.
chatting,
You
wasted
could
chatting.
have probably backed out and
All
survived,
the
because you had the
way to
Lucio.
spawn, all the way to spawn.
Right.
So kind of like charging in. Let me see how close they were. Yeah, your Zarya I think probably dies pretty early on. Okay, so yeah, Zarya dies. This is when you'd call, okay, Zarya's dead. We have whatever things you don't need a touch point. Back out, because you don't want to give them ult charge.
Right.
So when you're so close and then somebody dies, you just like, you know, pin in and try and, you know, make something happen or something. It's not a good habit to get into, because then you're just feeding ults for them with very little chance of you actually doing anything.
I think for me, I didn't realize our Zarya had died, and I was already thinking like, all right,
Okay.
Let's initiate with the pin this fight, and then I realized that then I had already hit the button. to
Hit the
pin.
okay.
So,
So yeah, just paying a little bit more
Oh, wait.
probably attention to
yeah.
kill feeds.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fall back. Oh, he wasted
It's not
shatter.
too
He wasted
bad.
shatter.
Yeah.
Keep backing up. Back up, back up, back up.
All the way to spawn. All the way to spawn.
Keep backing up.
You're fine. You're fine. Oh, hey, let's go in here. Reaper here.
Reaper
low,
left
Reaper
side.
low.
Reaper going point.
Reaper. Where is he? I hear shotguns. Okay, nice. Yep. We're building up ults. That's all that matters.
So they just use like
We have shatter.
their ults there, so that's
Rally
fine. You know,
and next fight.
Ryan's probably
Did we use coalescence?
building up like close in their shot. I'm gonna say he's
Okay.
probably at like 70%. So you should, after the fight, you should be okay. I have shatter. Ryan's
Okay.
whatever getting close. So always just like reminding your team, because shatter is such a against goats comps. Shatter is such a huge ability, because if you go out of position just a little bit, or if your team isn't playing with you a little bit, then your whole team's gonna get shatter, right? So there's always instances where you're playing left side of cart and your team's playing right, so then Ryan just shatters, you know, your whole team because they're not behind you. So that's like one of the main things, is just letting your team know when Ryan has shatter, like, okay, Ryan has shatter, play my shield. So now you're narrating everywhere you go. Hey, I'm playing left side of point, I'm playing right side. Okay, let's push Zarya middle. So then everybody knows like where you're going to be. So then
Right.
they can play behind your shield now.
Nice. Okay, now push in. I have shatter.
So that's good calling that you have shatter.
Oh, that's huge.
That's like a shatter.
Moira, Farah, Mercy in the back. Brig on point. But you've almost got grab dragons. Kigo, you can't die here.
How many heals?
Drag bomb.
It's okay.
Grab bomb.
Grab the door.
Okay, so
Nice.
see that's how you'd
Not
how it should have been set up for like that's like an example of how it was the last time,
Right
right?
here.
So you grab, you diva bomb,
grab the door.
then you pin after it's like already like doing it, right? So then you know that right when you pin, even if Rhino was like in the grab or whatever, so you're pinning him as the bomb explodes, so then he dies. So you never want to grab, you pin, and then you diva bomb. It wants to be grab, diva bomb, then you pin last. Is like how you want to go about doing that whole
Nice.
thing.
Gotcha.
The Bastion top.
Yeah, they
Alright,
kind of
fall
just
back. Regroup. We can take one more fight.
they got some good
How do we
angles
wanna
on
deal
you
with the
there.
Bastion? We just go top right?
Yeah. And then we just didn't know how to attack the Bastion with Goat Stomp.
Okay, so you guys just used your shatter, you used grab, you used your diva bomb. So since they're on the Bastion comp, Farah, you guys don't need to stay on
Stay on Goat.
goats, because if he has that high ground, it's gonna be, and you guys only have 20 seconds. If you guys had like a minute or something, cool. Clear off high ground, go up here, push Bastion out, and then you drop to point right from the high ground after he's away. But since you have 20 seconds, you have to go straight to point. So what you need to do is you need to call for, okay, let's just do swaps. So you can go dive, right? Yeah, Genji Tracer, you can go Sombra or something like because you don't want to try and play goats into this, because you're just gonna be like hard countered by the positions that you can't get to, especially if that's like the last second. So dive would have been like the better thing. You can just dive Bastion
He
by
can't hit
yourself.
us when we're directly beneath. Come on.
Ult track.
Yeah.
Ult track every round out. So going into this fight, you're like, okay, what else they used? They used barrage last fight or whatever. They didn't, whatever. Use shatter. So Ryan has shatter coming up. Play shield. You know you're not even close. So the way you win this fight is if you block his shatter. So that's like kind of like what you're thinking. So if you don't have it and you know he has it, That's your main objective. You're not going to be trying to do like a bunch of damage. You have a team to that. Like, you need to be looking for his shatter and being ready to block it. You could even try and bait it out, right? So you're just like walking up, swinging on like random people. That's why whenever it's like, oh, why are you just swinging? It's like you're swinging to like make them think that you're trying to do like an aggression play, and then but really you're just have your finger like right on the friggin' shield button to be ready to block it, you know?
One we're directing to the
So then you don't go into this play where you're trying to push up, do damage, and then you don't. You're trying to get some extra damage in, and then you get countered because of it.
Yeah, I knew he had shatter, so I was
Alright, we
trying
played
to
it
bait
close.
it. So I was like swinging and then shield flashing, but right when he shattered, I had taken my finger off the shield button. So it was rough.
A little bit unfortunate, but then it's just it's still letting your team know whenever he has it, because then it reinforces it like in your head, right? And then your whole team like knows. So it's just like doing those little things where like, okay, Ryan has shatter, I have shatter, okay, cool, you know, like play my shield. And it's just that's not cluttering comms, that's like valuable information that you need to let your team know, because it's such like a huge ability in the GOATS comps.
Right. Yeah. I think it's something that like every once in a while when I play comp, I'll be like, okay, today I'm just gonna track shatters the entire time and call it. But it's like, I guess not quite a permanent part of my repertoire yet. So that's definitely something I have to work on.
Yeah. So okay. So throughout this VOD, like after you like listen and like see what do you think like the main things that you need to work on are?
Definitely. So last time I was too passive, and this time I think I was too dumb with being too aggro with the pins. And I think that comes with a little bit of the solo queue mentality. So definitely not having such a trigger finger to pin, and remembering to call out locations when people are low and target calling.
Yep.
So that people know when to do that, and then being better at coming up with plans post and pre-fights in tracking ults and figuring out what ults we're going to use and how we're going to plan.
Yeah. That's good amount, because you did for like when you're on like the Winston and stuff, it would like you had, you know, pretty good like primal usage and stuff like that. It's just making sure you having like the plan before the fight starts. So like you're pretty much saying, hey, I'm on Moira, but you've already like jumped in the air and you're like, you know, like land on right. So just making the plan for, okay, I'm like above, like, okay, I'm looking to drop one more, okay, I'm dropping one more in now, and then you're going. It's not you're already there and then you're saying like, hey dudes, like I'm here, whatever, because then by then it could probably be too late.
Right.
But yeah, other than that, all the other stuff was pretty good. It's just being a little bit more consistent on continually saying, you know, the target calls, and then all tracking and trying to let your team know like where you're playing, so then they know where to position themselves. But other than that, there's improvement, so that's really good.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much. This is going to be really helpful because we've got a lot more games coming up in this league. So.
Hey, well, good luck, dude. So work on that, and then you can submit another one, and then hopefully you'll be masters by then.
Yeah, the trilogy will be complete.
Yeah. All right, my dude. Thanks, my guy. See you later.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's the end of this VOD review. That was a diamond main tank. Should main tanks be the most vocal mid-fight player? Yeah. It depends on what comp you are, but yes. Actually, no, in every single comp, main tank should be the most vocal. Because you have to be saying where you're positioned, who should be target, your team should be focusing, all that stuff. No matter what comp. Ryan comp, super important. Winston, super important. So, yeah, Ryan needs to be like the most vocal. Everyone needs to be listening to him. And about the comment about could you do a YouTube video on how and when to shatter? That's all situational, which is why I'm doing like those voiceovers of the VODs that I'm playing in, because then it's me explaining, okay, we know we have shatter, we're looking for shatter, okay, we're down these ults, we have to look for a play, you know. So there's no cut and dry like how and when to shatter. It's all based off of like situations that you get into based on like what team comes, if you're down ults, if the time clock's looking bad, if you know, all that stuff, you know. Skyfox, you target call. Shot call was Jer's job. Main tank is target calling. Pretty much like the main support would like come up with like the plan, and then it's the main tank's job to execute it, right? So the support would be like, hey, let's use Grav Dragon or whatever. Okay, so then going into the fight, you're like, okay, I'm looking to, or we need to force Zen Trance. Okay, so that's the plan going into the fight. That's like the whole team's objective. So then as the Winston, you're like, okay, I'm looking to dive on Zen. Zen's back left. Let's dive him. 3, 2, 1, go. So then you go, right? So the support makes up the plan, and then it's the main tank's job to execute on the plan, like going into the fight. That's pretty much like how it comes down to. So it's not the main tank's job to like do every single thing. Like you can, if you can do it, but it's not. You don't need to be the one that does everything. You just have to be the one to execute onto the plan. So that's why making sure your team has a plan before every fight is like super important, because then everybody knows what they should be doing. And it's not just like you guys are all like clustered everywhere. Right, at least, yeah. That's what I mean. Like, there's a difference between shot call and target call. There's the two different complete things. Shot calling is like we're going in with this plan, right? That's shot calling. Hey, we're using Grav Dragon. We're diving on Zen. We need to kill McCree. That's like telling your team what to do. And then target calling is, okay, we're going on this guy. 3, 2, 1, go. Like engages and stuff. That's like the difference between those two.